What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Unconformed, and Liverpool versus Arsenal. What more can you want if you're a Liverpool fan? Honestly, you are probably super excited like I am, and I get it. It's preseason. And I said this in my last video. It's preseason, but I'm buying. I'm buying stock. I'm buying stock in slot ball. I'm buying stock in this youthful team. They're getting me excited, man. And I'm very hopeful for what is honestly to come. And I know people say, you know, people coming back from loan or players coming back from loans aren't new signings, but it kind of feels like it, guys. It kind of feels like it. This isn't the same Fabio Carvalho that we left. That went to Leipzig, and I think we're getting the whole city Fabio now. And I was a little worried about him, and he's one of my surprises of the day, right? We're going to go over the good, the bad, and the surprises. Fabio was a surprise for me today. Slot picked him again. He played on that wide left position, which isn't something that he was really wanting to do. He kind of came out in the media and talked about it, which I don't think is necessarily a great thing. I don't think it's a good habit for him to keep that up. But I don't know. He started drifting into midfield, started drifting inward after that first break. And I think Slot was like, go ahead, give it a try. Drift in from that left flank. And Harvey Elliott created a chance for him, and he finished it. And he is one of those players that I think is a natural finisher. And if we can get him into some of those good positions, I think things like that can continue to happen. That's not an easy goal to score off of a volley, lofted over the top. And to time that run the way that he did, I thought it was offsides when I first saw it. And then to see the replay and how he was able to beat the... Come on, bruh. I like what I'm seeing. I know a lot of people can compare him to Coutinho, two completely separate games. I think Fabio is more of a predator when it comes to that. And he gave Ben White, after he scored that goal, his confidence went up, and he was kind of tormenting Ben White there. And Ben White, you know how much he hates kids. He started picking on Fabio. But let's go back to the good, right? And this man, Dominik Szoboszlai, you guys know I'm a Szoboszlaholic, right? You guys know I'm obsessed with this man. I am very, very impressed with what he is doing in this Arne Slot team. The fact that he went from being a forward in the last game and scoring a goal and looking comfortable doing it as a striker, as a second striker, or even a 10, or a very advanced 10, right? And now he's dropping back into a deep role. I mean, some people were saying it was a 6 role. It kind of was when I was looking at it. I know Jones was supposed to be kind of playing that, and he would like hang back a little bit, but Sabo was doing so much defensive work back there, and he didn't look as tired as he usually does, or as he did under Jurgen Klopp. And no, I'm not saying anything about Jurgen or whether he's a good manager or a bad manager, or if Slot's better than him or not. That's not what this video is about. Okay? It's just about the change in tactical style, the slight tweak, because it's similar to Jurgen's style, but it's pretty. It's nicer to watch. It's not as heavy metal. It is when they're off the ball. They're like animals when they're off the ball. They're trying to get the ball back and snap at heels and sneak up behind you and nick the ball, which Sabo did a bunch of times in that first half. And then after they get the ball, it's 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4. Oh, okay, through ball, goal. We haven't had that type of play at Liverpool, I don't know if ever. I can't think of another manager that's kind of played this style, and the fact that we have the players to play this style, it's like a perfect storm. You know what I mean? It's like a perfect storm, because that hasn't always been the case. You know, as a Liverpool fan, we haven't always had these really technically good players like a Elliot or like a Szoboszlai or a McAllister or even Mo Salah, right? Who I don't think gets enough credit for his technicality. This is a breath of fresh air, guys. And I might be overshooting. I might be overdoing it. You might go in the comments. You guys might be like, all right, Roman, you're chill. You need to chill out. Just preseason. Keep in mind, Arsenal is playing a pretty strong side here. I'd say about a 70-80% strength side. We played our second team in that first half and then played our youth academy in the second half. First half was our second team. The youth academy was in our second half. The youth academy, which they did well, and they surprised me. is they held their own against Arsenal. They held their own against that team, and then he threw on some more first team players in that second half to try to go get that tying goal, and they held their own. Was it as pretty as the first half? No, but Slot, I think, understood what personnel was on the field at that time, so he adjusted his tactics. He changed his tactics on the fly, which Jurgen was obviously very averse to doing a lot of the times when he was in charge. It took Pep Linders begging him to invert Trent to get more involved in the midfield before he actually did it. So he was very stubborn and stuck in his ways and his tactics and the way that he liked doing things, where Arne Slot is literally changing the formation and how we're playing literally on the fly. This has never really happened, right, before. And I think it feels a little weird for some Liverpool fans. It feels a little weird for me seeing and I'm not saying Jurgen was not a smart manager, okay? Don't put words in my mouth. But seeing a very tactical and smart manager take over this squad might be one of the best things that's ever happened to us. It could potentially be. These are really good and promising signs. I get it, it's preseason, but these signs are very, very good that things are going in the right direction. And I think Arne, he now understands with a lot of his players back, okay, I need this piece, I need that piece. And that's why I think now we're seeing a little bit more movement in the transfer market. But I saw this comment on Twitter today, and it just resonated with me because, I'm on team keep the players that we have, maybe sign one or two guys. But somebody mentioned, man, you would think that Liverpool fans don't know that we have such an amazing academy. And we have some of the best young players in the world right now that are holding their own with first team players. Why are they, you would think that we don't have that, given that they're trying to go for mid-tier Serie A midfielders and attackers from weird one-off leagues and stuff. I mean, it's true. I saw Ederson play, and this is no slight to Ederson. If you happen to see this video, no slight to you, but I don't think you're quite at that level to be at Liverpool. And I'm seeing a lot of Liverpool fans go to bat for him. I don't think he's the defensive midfielder that we need. I like Adam Wharton. I'm hearing some rumors about Adam Wharton. And this isn't a transfer video, but let's get back to the topic. But I like him a lot. Anyway, more of the good. Harvey Elliott is a great number 10 choice. I think he plays it as good as Szoboszlai does, and I think he's one of the better creative midfielders there is in the league right now. In the league. The way that he's able to create while looking bad at the same time is actually very impressive. But if you actually look at the stats and how often he's creating chances as of these last handful of months, it's up there with Kevin De Bruyne. That's a scary prospect, especially with having a Darwin Núñez in front of him or a Mohamed Salah like he fed in Salah today. He could be doing some damage and the future looks bright for him. I love that Salah is still being Salah. Slot is a madman. And then let's talk a little bit about the bad. So the bad is, I don't really think there's too much to complain about. I could split hairs, but there's not too much to complain about. The only thing that I would say probably needs to be looked at is as a defensive midfielder. That needs to be addressed this transfer window, and I think it will be. Because I don't think he played well today. Sabo played well today, and he's one of my surprises as well as being in the good category. I don't think his talents are best in a deep role like that. Does it make sense playing our best striker of the ball in deep midfield? Probably not. I think Arne knows that. He knows that Dominik is not going to be a long-term solution there, and he's going to need to buy a defensive midfielder. Who that is, we do not know. But if there's anything that I could say that is a little bit bad that we probably are going to need to address, it's going to be that defensive midfielder position. I would even say we could get away without buying a left back. I know some people are probably going to kill me in the comments for making that statement. But Owen Beck looked good today too. And there's a lot of youth players that I want to see get a run out in there. And as someone commented on the last video is that, hey, weren't every single player in the world at one point a youth player that got a shot? I mean, look at Trent, for example. He's going to probably end up being one of the highest paid, if not Liverpool's highest ever paid player, probably in the next week or so. And he was an academy player. So give these players a shot. I think they're proving their worth in this preseason. But to kind of just wrap everything up and put a bow on top, I think we can just be comfortable in saying that the kids are all right. The kids are all right. The kids are going to do good. And to trust Slot, trust Hughes, trust the monster of Merseyside, right? If you've watched my last videos, you know I call Michael Edwards that. Trust these guys. They know what they're doing, and they've taken care of our club over the past handful of years. You know, obviously, Michael Edwards coming back into the mix. But these are the same guys that have brought us through an era of success, and I think they'll bring us through another era of success. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Comment who impressed you the most today. Who are you looking forward to seeing more of in the future? And do you trust the club in the hands of the leadership right now? Do we need more signings? Maybe, maybe not. And if we do, who is the signing that we need to bring into the mix? And tell me why. But until the next game, I will see you guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you for all the love. Shout out to everyone who's decided to subscribe since the last video. Massive love and appreciation to you all. I don't take that lightly at all. I'm just a kid from America that loves Liverpool, that gets up early in the morning every single season to watch his team play. And you guys are helping me have a little bit of an outlet, right? And talk to other fans that share the same love for Liverpool as myself. So appreciate you all, and we will see you on the next one. Peace. Boom.